Bremo reports be on this particular platform way back in January. Nani say lady Bia your friend Deborah Kwabla. Na Oyejuma our First Atlantic Bank. Actually that was the place on no CS acquiring the national service. But information about in January the Bremo no nani no purchase. This particular lady will sue a man. Na papa na will sue no. Apparently the man is the former boss and the man too is also the sugar daddy and then a side guy. Now it was the first time I got for a case beside, so it was quite shocking. So when the lady stormed court, so it was true because everybody say a court either divorce, land case, and as a ubiako dib on a criminal case. But this time around, it was somebody who was suing somebody for failing to fulfill his part of the bargain and as a failing to perform his sugar daddy duties. It is funny. It is serious too. And you are like, what the hell is it? It is. So it happened. Abrantia na osiuno na papa no osiuno no. Eventually no on that screen so on Mr. Letter friend Mr. Ernest Nimako. So eventually what really happened was lady no osiu papa no or the company and papa ni yedwuma no ewom eka as second defendant. So usually in court case nip audio be court or a plaintiff nipa na the court nipa ni a defendant. So the defendant in pain pinana and conform miensa. So in this case the lady made Mr. Ernest Nimako who is also the boss at former boss at First Atlantic or making as first defendant and as second defendant the First Atlantic Bank. Now the reason why she did that according to her lawyers was that where the whole thing happened, it was the bank, and she believes the bank allowed certain things like dating your co-workers and staff to exist at the workplace. But later on, you say bank SRK Papa na bank in court said they should take their name out of it. So they took the man's name out of they took the bank's name out of the suitor. The case right now became the woman and the lady involved, Sarah Kwabla and Mr. Ernest Nimako. So in some na another updates by na court purchase car papa ne toma lady na osu papa ne so obegia ni nyina nam so ekopi court no lady no fa car no emma courts and I say you should hand over the car to the court till ombe wie nsem no nti ye ka che ne se onye ne sa wanye echi na police force storm me if you are omkwaje car no by force. So we all saw that scenario. Even your court you know you sue car no. So that was one of the whole debacle because police for babechna car ni na or your live for TikTok near that. But today we have a final update because in some course no about this whole court ordeal. No, finally, I can tell you for the fact the case is over. So what I have here is that the court have dismissed the sexual harassment case against the First Atlantic Bank and also have slapped your friend is the NSS with 65,000 courts. So this is what it reads. I'll say the High Court has dismissed the case against the First Atlantic Bank for former National Service person Deborah Seriam Adabla, who has allegedly sued the bank for sexual harassment, and also the former Chief Finance Mr. Kwesi Nimako or Mr. Ernest Kwesi Nimako. The court presided over by Justice Olivia Owusu also slapped Adabla plaintiff as a cost of 6,000 Ghana cedis. So basically, court purchase First Atlantic Bank or the Omokan they are not supposed to be part of the case. If you hire somebody, the person is showing gross incompetence, that doesn't mean that the company is incompetent. So company are dismissing suits against them, and they've told Sarah Kwabla to produce 6,000 cedis for the bank because we used to drag your name in the mud. This was after the lawyers of the First Atlantic Bank had requested for 50,000. The plaintiff offered to pay 5,000. So even the bank even wanted 50,000 cedis, but also with me 5,000. Adabla drag Ernest Nimako, who is a former chief finance officer, is also the first defendant to courts. Lawyers of the bank filed a motion to have their name removed or struck out of the case. In a ruling on the motion on Friday, the court presided over by Justice Olivia Owusu struck out the name of First Atlantic Bank. Meanwhile, lawyers for the plaintiff had on June filed a motion to set aside the ruling for the court of execution or order for preservation of the vehicle which was in contention. On the other hand, lawyers for Kwesi Nyamakwa also filed a contempt case against Adabla for certain publications made after the court had barred both parties from doing so. So basically, beginning we can say said now the lady has lost the first battle, and we are very certain that the lady is going to lose the second battle because she shows some attitude. The brand case no cause court this attitude will show you, and it been say in some court it's obi the bibi court and now they are same court. You don't go on social media and talk about it, because if you believe social media can solve your issue, don't take it to court. If you do that, it is contempt of court. So this lady was doing that, and it was in clear violation of the terms and policies of the court. And Mr. Ernest Nimakon is also saying so because of that, omujina sa grounds so I add this missy case. Now, one thing you also have to know is that there were two defendants. The first defendant was Papawi, and a second defendant the First Atlantic Bank. But First Atlantic Bank, maybe ni ame aboge on kase case no de ban adwin nim nyansen nim oni obi have relationship na wama waka no so begia we nyansem. So that is it. But also Mr. Ernest Nimako ono so the case no nche bi ebe ma final verdict no also say case no and dismiss it against him because lady ni case na a foolish case, and also akwa TikTok akoye ye nyema bebre court cutting on surrender canon, person be surrender, and then no yet Nyema or TikTok, no DD, no true shady jobs. All of these things are in clear violation of the court's terms and conditions. So this is basically what we have. We'll be giving you more updates as all of this Sugar Daddy Bruha continue to unfold.
Well, there's this artist. He's called Walasi. Even though I'm an artist too, I am a fan of his music. Of his brand and everything. I think he's a great talent, but as usual, you know how Ghana works. If people are not really, it's not, you're not doing the kind of music everybody else is doing, almost will style be, but that guy is amazing.
So do you wish to date him, or you have somebody you wish to date?
Oh, me, I told you already, I'm dating all my male fans. If I date Walasi, I'll break their hearts. I don't want to break their hearts. I'm for my male fans.
Is it because he is a ladies' man?
Walasi. I don't know if he's a ladies' man, though. I don't know. He looks like a calm person, but I'm sure he might be bad in other ways. I don't know. I'm just saying.
People are saying you are Ebony's look-alike. Do you take that for granted, or you think it's a privilege?
Oh, it's not a problem. I mean, there are a lot of people who look like a lot of people. It is a normal phenomenon of life. People look like people. It's not something strange. My only problem with it is when people want to be insultive about it and they think you are trying to copy her. It's very draining. If I look like somebody, I cannot change that fact. It is structure. I can go and change my face or whatever. But I've learned with time that Ghanaians are like that. And so, yeah, of course, there are people who love me as well because they feel I look like her. And I think she was an amazing personality for me to look like her. I think it's a plus. It's good. So
what are the traits about her you really like?
She has an amazing smile. When you meet someone and that person is pure, that they have pure energy, you can just feel it. And even though I didn't know her personally from afar, she looks like she's one of us. The pure souls. She looks like she's one of us. So. Challenge. That's what I liked about her. And she has an amazing voice, obviously. Really, really talented. Ghana has really lost an amazing talent. And I blame Ghanaians. I think that there's something called the power of the tongue. A lot of people said so much about that young girl. And I think we drove her to whatever thing happened to her. We should all be ashamed of ourselves as Ghanaians. The way we treat our people, the way we say stuff. We should be careful. She's also somebody's daughter. We said it. People who, like me, somebody will come and write, Ayuna Rene, rest in peace. I mean, why? Is it funny to talk about death in that line? People do that. So I think we killed her, and we do not even have the right to come back and be saying, oh, our queen is gone, and we loved her. It's so hypocritical of us, because we have pushed her. Me, I just think that we killed her. With all the bad things we're saying about it. So we should be careful the way we reign things over people's children in this country.
In fact, I'm really sad right now. Ghanaians indeed. Well, there are a lot of people who are your fans and they really want to hear something from you. Tell us something.
Well, I really want to say a very big thank you for all the support and love. It has been an amazing journey. It's been 3 years of doing music, and it's really been an amazing journey. The support, the love that people have given me is just amazing. People just meet you and they want to help you. People will just meet you and they are crazy about you. I really thank my fans, the Rene Ami and the Ayo lovers. Thank you. I love you. You know, the boys, one and only girlfriend. I love you guys too much. Mwah.
As we can see, the conversation is almost coming to an end. But before you go, I want you to name the hottest 5 musicians in Ghana that you think are here.
Hottest, male hottest. Walasi, of course. That guy, he does all sorts of things to me, in my mind, anyway. So Walasi is one. And who else? Sarkodie. You know, he has this aura around him. Anyway, he's a married man, so